Good afternoon. My name is Victor Marques. I came from PT Inovação, and on the next 3 slides I will explain a bit what is PT Inovação for those who don't know. Well, PT Inovação is more than a R&D center for the Portugal Telecom Group. We've been involved in the on the most important steps along the telecommunications in Portugal. We, as an institution, have more than 60 years of existence. We've been involved on the full automation of the telephonic line on the 50 and 60s. We've been involved in the digitalization of the telephonic line in Portugal. By the way, Portugal was the first European country to be fully automated, to have a fully automated telephonic line, and we've been a part of that. We also been involved, and we made it possible for TMN to be the first operator in the world to have the first cellular prepaid card in the world. We have other developments. We are very much involved in the IPTV solution for Portugal Telecom, which is MEO. We launched on the in 2005 the very small Pico DSLAM, which enabled Portugal Telecom to be the first operator in Europe to have broadband access in all the country. And lately we've been involved in GPON and MPLS along with other lines, but I'm speaking for those where I'm more involved. We have a tradition in collaborative R&D with universities, international cooperation under the European Union framework programs, and also with the industry, namely in R&D national programs. We cover all these areas that you can read that. I won't be extending too much on this. As a business center that we are, as I said, we are more than an R&D center. We have several business areas, connectivity, which is from the area from where I come, and I will speak a little bit later. We have operation and support systems, network and service control. We also have business support systems, and then we have vertical solutions and applications for learning, for healthcare, for smart M2M, and so on. Going to the connectivity, I come from an area that produces hardware. So we are a system vendor. And as a system vendor, the rest of my presentation will be biased by this view. So what is the future of Internet? For me, the future already has already come or is already here. We have the Internet of Things that is starting, but it's already a reality. Cloud computing, it's an old concept that now is being enabled because we have very good networks. We have network virtualization, which is starting to appear here and there, and we have the concept of virtual providers and so on. So we have M2M, a lot of work is being done on the M2M. Mobility, it's a reality. It's getting, we don't want to be connected to any wire anymore, but don't forget the wires. I will speak later too. We have vehicular networks. It's very nice that vehicles can speak one to the other, but they also need an attachment point to the network. And that's my view. This is data. We have a lot of data to send from one side to the other, but as it was in the past, it's all about bandwidth. So what we saw in the past and what we are seeing is that we are increasing bandwidth. And we are increasing bandwidth because we need more speed, we need less latency, higher reliability on the networks, high availability, and high capacity. We are involved in the main standardization forums, and we are strongly involved in EFSAN and ITU, and the vision of the operators and their vision on EFSAN and ITU is that there are some drivers for the push of the future internet. The main driver is the need for speed. The consumer speeds are increasing 6 to 10 times every 6 years. So it is expected that 1 gigabit per second per user, it's more than that will be a reality by 2015. Along that, we have a strong investment in new technologies, namely on fiber access, and we can gain some operation savings by selling the copper, for instance, and also by the aggregation that we can do of all services and all legacy into one single fiber network. So we have the central office consolidation. Users nowadays, they demand more bandwidth, either for download or upload user-generated content. And along that, we have bigger screens, we need more bandwidth because we have higher resolution. So the bandwidth growth, it's increasing exponentially, and we need infrastructures to support that. In our view of a system vendor that produces hardware solutions, we are more into the access and the metro and aggregation networks. So we are very strongly involved in GPON technology, and XGPON and GPON2. We have a national funded project from the CRAN to implement a NGPON2 solution, but we are also researching next generation networks, but mainly concerning the PON networks. One of the things that we must guarantee is backward compatibility. So all the solutions that we develop and all the architectures that we study, we are always looking to the past. We cannot forget the past. And what we guarantee is that we can put another technology on top of the existing infrastructure without disturbing the previous and without the need to replace the existing equipment and infrastructure. And what can we do with GPON? We can have small cell backhaul, we have residential fiber to the home, remote node backhaul, fiber to the building, and business services. Along that, we can support any kind of traffic or any type of traffic, and we can increase the bandwidth by moving into higher speed technologies. For the core and aggregation part, we are very strongly involved in the MPLS networking and systems. So what we advocate is that the core is an IP MPLS core as it is today, but on the access and aggregation, we defend that MPLS TP is the best solution, because it gives you the reliability that STH networks gave you in the past, and the timing, the protection and the timing to change when something goes wrong is the best option that we have currently. So what we defend is that we have a PON on the access, and then we have aggregation on MPLS, and also a core on MPLS. Looking into future access architectures, we are also involved in European funded projects. Namely, our department is involved on this one, on the SODALES, which is studying future PON architectures where we are going to introduce WDM PON, where we can increase tremendously the bandwidth available for users, for backhauling, for any kind of service. So instead of having Lambda for all the services, we are studying and implementing architectures where we can have dedicated Lambdas per user or per service or per antenna. So we are also looking into these new architectures. We don't know if this will be a reality in the future as we are defining it, but at least we are experimenting and we are defining. But since we are a system vendor, what we do here, what we research, we are always trying to implement it on our boxes. So going into the trials, we also have a running field trial here in Aveiro that we are using since almost 10 years ago. That every equipment, every new development that we make, we introduce it on that living trial. So we have a living network with real users where we are introducing our new developments. And Sodales, we are aiming to make a proof of concept on top of that real network that we have. Just to finish, as I said, our strategy is on MPLS and GPON. I may announce that we have a partnership with Cisco for GPON. They are currently selling our GPON solution with their brand. And on MPLS, I can say that the LTE networks in Brazil, many of the cities that are supporting now LTE and that have to start giving service now in the Confederation Championship, football championship that will start this week, are supported on our MPLS TP systems. So as I said, we are a system vendor. We are looking into the future, but we have to sell boxes. We have to sell hardware, and we don't have we don't try to go very far away in the future. We are doing applied research. So that's what I have.